budget thing
Touch the floor.
Not hardly.
Just my toes.
needs to be drop kicked.
You can say that again.
Well, it means, what's our town budget, 30 million? Something
There and
like that?
abouts, yeah.
We get 165,000? I mean, it's not even a rounding error. It's not even 1%.
Well, that
Right.
means that she has to fight harder.
It's under,
Well, how many percentage of seniors is in Sutton?
Yeah, but
People
how
60 and
many
over.
seniors are using the center versus outsiders?
right.
Well, I don't know, I don't even go that way.
Well,
People say, well, why are we
that
doing
would be
'Cause
what
everybody else is doing
they
it.
would look at, I would
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Do you want to sit over here? It's Dottie's seat. That's it, you wouldn't be the first one.
I feel like Debbie. Whoops.
Oh,
Yeah, that's better.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, well, we've got a few more minutes. I haven't heard from Barbara, so.
November, December. Need a booster seat?
Right? I just kicked it. Where'd they go?
Just give me a nod when you're ready. We'll start.
Here we go. Action.
We'll open the meeting. It's now 9 a.m. and it's not 9. Huh? It's not 9. It's not 9 o'clock yet.
Depends on which clock you
All
look
right,
at.
I take it back. I take back. We're close. 9 o'clock. We'll open the meeting at 9 a.m. and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. It's not really 9. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I'm going to start by reading the public forum. It's limited to 5 minutes per topic. Discussion or comments about town employees, agency members, or volunteers shall be avoided so as not to violate individual rights. There is nobody here for a public forum. So we're going to start with the meeting, the minutes from the September 28th meeting. Are there any questions concerning the minutes?
No.
It was noted that you did change the wording about the ukulele group. I'm sure you all saw that. Used we instead of they. Okay, may I have a motion to accept the minutes?
Second.
Second, accepted. We will go right down to the director's report.
Okay, our new flooring is in. I hope you all enjoy it. It looks really nice and clean. So it took a little while, but it's here, it's in, and it's so much nicer than what we've had in the past, and that lasted a real long time. So that is all done. I had a meeting with a local business concerning donation or financial assistance in building a pavilion, and that was successful. Once I have everything in place, I'll make announcements for that. So I just want you to know that it was successful, and I'm going to kind of leave it at that. So
Good.
Until we get everything in order. I wrote a grant for some various assistance for support services, and thanks to the help with State Rep Joe McKenna, for his love and support, I received $25,000. So Clark and I have a meeting today with My Senior Center, and they are a company that a lot of senior centers use to track data and get better numbers and assist in senior safety. So essentially what they'll do, seniors that come in, they'll get a little card for their keychain or whatnot, and they would swipe it at the computer. There'll be a little small monitor there. You swipe it, and your name, address, phone number will show up, and the day's activities, whatever day that is, the activities will show up, and you would just hit what you're there for. So if you're there for Tai Chi or you're there for yoga, that if you're there for lunch, you're going to hit lunch. It's all touchscreen, seemingly very simple, but we're going to look into it a little bit more today when we meet with them. And again, that's really going to help with tracking data, but also with senior safety. Should someone come up missing with Alzheimer's or dementia, we have a current picture of their face on file. We would have their address, maybe an emergency contact information. It's really based on how much information the senior wants to give us. It doesn't go out there in cyberspace. It's going to be just for us to swipe and hopefully have seniors be a little bit safer in town. So, or at least the ones that come and use the senior center. I will put, as we do get this going, I will put that out for all seniors in town a little flyer that would go out to everyone over the age of 60, that if they're interested, to please come on down, or we could send Clark over to do some outreach. If you want to put that you're on oxygen and maybe you need help, I can type in, if we have a storm coming up, I can find out who in town's on oxygen. Maybe they're going to need some assistance in inclement weather, that kind of information. Maybe somebody who is homebound, handicapped, that should have a phone call during bad storms or whatnot. So it's just really going to be a useful tool that a lot of centers have. And you may have been to centers that have the card, and it's very, very nice. I've looked into it for a number of years now, and it's always been a little too pricey. But now I have more than enough to get that off the ground and to keep it going for quite a long time. So I had a request to add crafts to our schedule of events. So I have a few crafts that I've stored away for a long time, pre-pandemic. And so we're going to start out with some card making. A woman here in town donated all of her brand new card making material in a couple of boxes. So I have one of our local seniors assisting with that, doing card making. She used to be an activities director, I believe, at an assisted living or nursing home, and so she's looking forward to assisting with that. So
I have a question concerning that. Is this going to be a monthly event?
Yeah, it'll be something different each month, and she's going to help me work with that and finding something that would be simple to do, that would be fun. She really seemed to enjoy it, so.
And it'll be a different craft monthly?
Yes. Yep, I think so, yeah.
And will the center have all the things needed for
Yes,
that monthly
Yep,
craft?
and we shouldn't have to provide any money towards it. So we would ask for donations, but these
Right,
things that
right.
she has in mind are very, very simple, using things that are just around us all the
People
time.
would have, yeah, right.
So it should be fun.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it should be fun. We have a new group, or we're calling it the Senior Saunters. So once a month, there'll be a different spot to walk or to visit. So hopefully we have nice weather in the next next few weeks. There's a trail here in town that we're going to take a look at. I'm not going to say any more just yet because I just want to make sure that that's going to happen. But it would do that, or the suggestion was made to get to know our town a little bit better and maybe meet up at a place in town and get a little bit of a history lesson. Poor Wally doesn't know anything about this yet. Yeah. So, and I'm just dropping this on him right now. Wally has some great places in town that he knows about and he's got the history about. So Clark and I were bouncing around some ideas of maybe we could all meet up at a place and Wally could tell us about it. So, since he's the tour guide. There were a couple of seniors that asked about getting to know the town a little bit better and some of the landmarks and whatnot. So we're going to look into that. So I'm still looking to get some ideas for things to add to the schedule. So if you have anything that you want to toss out there, feel free to let me know and I'll see what I can make happen. So I am looking for some local people who snowplow, because this is going out on public access, that snowplow to do seniors' driveways in the winter. And I'm going to ask, hopefully, that this is for low-income and disabled seniors at a little bit of a lower cost than they typically probably charge someone else. And that would be kind of vetted out between Clark and I as to if we see the need, we would ask the driver if he could lower the cost a little bit to help that senior out. But other than that, I am looking for somebody to do snow plowing. There aren't a lot of seniors that need it because a lot of them have family involvement or they have a plow guy already. They have neighbors that do things like that. We suggest that you try and go that route first. But again, we do get quite a few disabled or low-income seniors that need that extra hand. And I do have high school kids, they're just amazing. They'll go over and they'll hand shovel whatever you need. So that's that. I don't want to talk about the snow anymore. Just a reminder that there will be no chain of lights at the senior center this season because of, the pandemic, and still we're still trying to keep our seniors as safe as possible. So this year we're going to forego the chain of lights, and hopefully we'll be back on for next year. And friends will discuss that a little bit more later because they have some stuff going.
Yes.
Quick question. Typically, we do not meet in November and December for various reasons. That's up to you. So I'll leave that up to you to, think about. Give me your thoughts. And I don't know if you want to do that right now or you want to.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would like to address that right now. I mean, is everybody on board for that, not holding a meeting for November and December as we usually do? Or is anybody opposed to that?
No.
It's not so much a vote, it's just any feedback. It seems like,
As long as we have an update.
Sure.
I think
because-
you will,
but-
if,
Well, I'm just
Sure.
saying, I would like an update because
Sure.
it doesn't always seem like we're told anything.
Right. Okay.
I think like what happened during the pandemic, those of us who have an email, if you would just send sort of
Sure.
a little update, and the few who do not access,
Right.
email, I think it's only a few, so maybe theirs could be just mailed to them. a hard
I'm not
copy made
opposed to
mail.
having a meeting instead of update. I mean, if you'd rather have the meeting, that's.
No, I don't think
toss
we
it out there.
have,
I don't
we get
either.
that much
No.
anyways in the meeting.
Okay.
What I'm saying is I want to be
Sure.
kept updated.
Sure.
I don't want to go to the senior center and somebody ask me a question because they already know the answer and I on the COA don't.
That's not good.
That happens.
We really did that often in 2020. You did send emails, and if somebody didn't get it at that time, I had made copies that if somebody said, well, I don't have an email or something, I would have gladly sent a copy. But it sounds like a good idea. So,
Okay.
okay. We go to the November calendar.
Yes.
Could you send us the calendar
Yeah.
by email
Sure.
so we'll be aware?
That's a good point.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Good point.
Okay.
And
s-
any other information you think we should
I'll
know
make that a
about?
weekly thing, if not a daily thing.
No, I'm not.
You'll be
I'm
bamboozled.
only asking for once a month. I'm not asking for the impossible. I don't think. Well, I don't know.
Oh, you never know. Okay, so in November, we have the Shine Counselor, who, Pat Morris, is still coming in. He'll be there on the 9th and the 30th. You can call the center and make an appointment. Card making and the crafts are looking like we're going to try Wednesdays at 11 o'clock. On the 17th of November at 6 o'clock, I have an attorney coming in to do a presentation on getting your affairs in order, just wills and all kinds of things that you should probably have in order so there isn't a lot of scrambling last minute, just to assist you. So feel free to spread that word and have anybody come that would like. Let's see. On the 24th, we're going to have a non-turkey Thanksgiving luncheon. So it's not going to be turkey. It's going to be roast pork, stuffing, and all the jazz. Because the next day you're probably going to be getting turkey. You're kind of going to get turkeyed out. So we're
Is that going to be the Tri-Valley
It will be
meal?
through Tri-Valley, yep. So you'll need to talk to Michelle Saucier and give her at least 48 hours notice. It's still $3 per person, but it looks like it's going to be a really nice meal. So come on down and give thanks for the pork lunch.
Where it says closing at noon, that would be understood that
Yes,
Yeah.
so, yeah, after,
It'll-
yeah,
that
well
there'll
after
be
the lunch.
really after the
After
meal and
lunch,
it's the cleanup,
yes.
there'll be no program or
Yes,
anything.
yep.
Yes, fine.
And
Or
Thanksgiving.
they throw you out with your meal.
Right. Eat it in the street.
Eat fast.
On Thursday is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. And Friday, we always typically, as we always have, are closed.
I have a question on Veterans Day, November 11th. There is no Meals on Wheels, so
Yes, so we are off that day.
it's closed.
Yes, we are
The
closed
whole
that day.
center's
Yep, so
closed
you can
and-
cross
okay.
that off and write
Okay,
closed in
yeah.
there. It is changed on the new calendar, but this came out
Right,
before.
right, that's fine.
On the 11th?
Yes.
Yes, the 11th on a Thursday. Okay, is there anything else you want to add to the calendar or program? Okay, then, is there any more questions or comments on that? Then we'll go to the outreach report.
And, always, same thing. Clark is very busy. So, 71 phone calls, 34 rides, 4 rides through Elder Bus, which is typically shopping for most people. Veterans questions and referrals, he's done 3. Food stamps or SNAP assistance, he's written 3. He's referred 2 people off for legal services. Medical equipment loans are continually busy, whether it's wheelchairs or transport chairs. We are currently looking for donations of good transport chairs, not so much wheelchairs, but the lighter transport chairs. So if anybody's out there and they have a transport chair that they would like to donate to us, we would love to take it. Walkers, commodes, shower chairs, we seem to be pretty good on all of those. And again, you can see they get utilized quite a bit. I will add that anything that comes in gets sanitized, and then it gets sat out, then it goes out into our storage. And then if somebody needs it, it comes back in, it gets sanitized again, and then it gets handed off to whoever needs it, so. He's done 3 home visits, 1 family that needed some support. There have been 6 people for Shine. Meals on Wheels, in-house, about 13, and delivered meals, 600, give or take. Bereavement support or grief support has been 2 people. 3 professional meetings via Zoom. We signed up 5 people for fuel assistance. Some senior home maintenance, which was actually help with changing light bulbs and a couple of batteries for folks, so that was neat. And 5 Medicare and Social Security questions.
Is there any more questions concerning that? If not, we'll go to the treasurer's report.
question.
Sure.
What are wages part-time?
You should have been here last month.
Right.
I couldn't be here.
No, that's the question I asked last month.
Sorry.
That's considered to be Clark.
Okay.
They just probably should write outreach in there, but
That's what I
Michelle,
assumed. but
I
wanted to
think
make-
that would be more
Right.
appropriate.
Yeah, part-time's like he's
yeah,
sort of there, not
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Michelle, wait a minute, my mind just changed. On your electric bill,
Yes.
has the solar been working better than before?
Yes, much better. Much better.
All right,
Our
now-
bills are much better.
I have a suggestion. On Friday, we have bingo. And I get to turn the fans off
Right.
because it gets cold.
Yes.
And when it gets cold, the air conditioning goes on.
Oh, not anymore.
Good, because then we were colder.
Right.
Yes. And I just wanted to let you know that.
Yeah, we switched
more heat
over.
these
Yes. We just switched it over to heat, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I don't want to freeze you out.
Are there any more questions or comments concerning the treasurer's report? Okay, we'll proceed to the Friends report. Do you have anything? If not, I do.
Rosemary does.
As
Yes.
usual.
Yes.
I always plug the Friends of Sutton Elders because they are a good group with a lot of support. Already it's been mentioned that, once again, we will not be participating in the chain of lice. It's just really not feasible for the crowds that would come through, or for those of us volunteering, wearing a mask all day, or asking the participants to do it as well. But
Contact.
yes,
Close
I
the
would like to add that, as a number of people are aware of, we have what we call the Senior Center store or the Friends store. And we also have a jewelry cart. It's that people who often come to the center, they visit it frequently. And through the years, really, we get a lot of support and a lot of good feedback on both of those issues. Once again, fairly soon, we're going to be putting out in the little store and here and there, just in the dining area, a little table against the wall. But it'll contain like any of the hats and mittens and scarves and things that we have. And just so everybody who might have a concern would be aware of, everything is packaged in a clear bag so that you could see it and look at it, and with a twist tie if somebody really, really needed to feel it or try on a mitten or something. And also, because in the store we sell a varied amount of things, there will be some, not so much baskets, but some of the gifts that we normally sell, or things we normally would sell at Chain of Lights, which they're not going to be decorated as Christmas things, but if somebody's looking for a few little unique gifts, they might want to come visit us. Again, on just the normal work day,
Yep.
you know, Monday
Between 8
through
and
Friday,
3.
the normal hours, with the mask, even to come in. But there are some interesting things. And again, if somebody does come down to see these things, they will be all individually wrapped again. And also, give us a try if you're looking for a gift and you want to support. And I always like to stress, especially to new people who come in and purchase something, nobody gets paid for either making something or giving us something, but it's always 100% to the senior center and the senior needs and whatever else, in whichever way we can support the center or the people in town. So thank you for your time, and for those of you who might come down to see just what we have going, thank you in advance.
Yeah,
And that's
absolutely.
it.
Thank you, friends. I really appreciate all the support
Okay.
that you give us, so that's fantastic.
Okay. Now, is there anything else anybody wants to discuss or add to? Or Wally, is there anything you wanted to say? No? No update on us? You keep us well advised on what's going on for the seniors, so,
I had one thing.
yes.
When you said, I am still looking for ideas to add to our schedule, I was approached by somebody that said they enjoyed the drive-through picnic lunch.
Yeah.
And they were wondering, or really said they enjoyed it so much they would maybe like another one of those.
Perfect. Of course. We'd love to do that.
Now, who makes that up? Because it's not,
Tri-Valley.
Usually we do it. So Diane, who's our, resident chef, will put together something very simple that, we could do
Okay.
that. Yeah. The
Good.
senior center typically does that. Or if we have an organization that donates money to us, we take that and go and shop and buy the stuff and then have the
well,
drive-through. Yeah.
it seems to have been well received.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Good.
It is,
We'll
but
do
is that feasible in the winter months where when you try to plan in advance, if you get like a snow day or bad weather or you have to close?
Right.
I agree with that, but it's nice sometimes just to get a picnic lunch. Don't have
Yes.
to call it picnic.
Right.
Just a lunch that you don't
Drive
have to make.
through, yes.
you know?
I'll toss that up to Diane and see what she thinks because she loves that stuff.
As long as the driveway is clear.
Right, it's like-
People will come.
Well, that's, again, though,
Yeah, the
it's not
winter. Yeah, we'll have
something
to
that
take a look, yeah.
you can't just plan, the food has to be purchased and made, so maybe it's something that should wait at least after the November and December holiday seasons. I mean, what's your idea on that?
Oh, I would say most any time somebody would like,
Yeah.
a lunch.
I suppose that if it's a
women,
snow day,
they don't have to make-
if I tell, if
But-
we have Diane, really think about that, maybe it's something that we could have.
Next day.
Yeah, I mean, I would
Like in
think
the
that we
middle of the
kind of know
week.
if there's a snowstorm
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of coming.
Yes,
I-
right,
yeah.
you'd have to kind of check
Yeah,
the
I'll
weather.
I'll
and
talk
you
to her
have
about that.
Promote it.
Yes, yes,
So
yeah,
that
and we'll
would
let them
take-
know that, it could be a snow event, Yeah,
Right.
sure.
Also, one thing to remember that many of us seniors have been homebound for so long, they will get out for any reason.
Yes, yes,
Any
Yes.
reason.
Yes.
yes,
And food is a biggie.
always. Absolutely, great idea, thank you, sure.
Okay. Did you have something, Paul?
I do.
Yes.
This is gonna be a little off from what we're talking about, but it's a report on Jim Smith put my office at the senior center. And it's working out great. And I'm watching this girl over here. So here's the report on what went on during COVID that a lot of people don't know. Let's see, started off by, I made her go to Marlboro with a truck to bring back PPE because my back was out and she loaded the truck. We came back with a lot of stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff. At 11 o'clock at night, we'd be getting emails back and forth because I get information from the state. I have to send it out to the other towns. Couldn't get a hold of her because she was on one of her 3 telephone devices calling for shots. I was in there a lot because that's what my office is. You cannot believe the hours that her staff put in. Past 3 when I'm calling at 11 o'clock at night, why did that answer? Because she's got that phone directed to her home.
Right.
So some things you might not know. There's a lot of things that go on down there, and she needs some kudos on that one. So,
For sure.
for me, thank you, because it made my job a lot easier.
Well said, and absolutely, she deserves that. The time and effort she put in when the phase 2 of getting the shots for those who wanted it, weekends, her own time away from Monday through Friday hours, she put in a lot for a lot of people, not just people who were regulars at the center, but anybody who needed it or anybody who approached her. Absolutely. And like you just said, Paul, I don't think enough credit has gone to Michelle. She also has a personal life, and like all of us, has different challenges in their personal life, but she rose above it. And really, Michelle, you deserve all the praise coming your way. And it hasn't stopped because the pandemic is not over, absolutely not, but it has eased up somewhat. So really, I think the whole town needs to just mentally or verbally send some thank yous to Michelle Edelstein. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
One thing I forgot to say is I set her up pretty good. Because I gave her an iPad.
Yeah, you did.
So at 11 o'clock at night, she's getting emails that Jim's putting out, whoever's putting out the whatever. So we keep it going at midnight.
No, right. I forgot to
In the other
mention.
room.
Right. I forgot to mention that I did put out there that if you need assistance in getting your booster shot, right now give us a call and I can schedule you for that if you need help. And we also can get you there. So Tim is more than happy to drive you to your booster shot. Much easier than before. But if you need help with that, we're there to give you a hand. So
Good.
that made me think. I'm glad you said.
Good. Just one last kind of a thank you. Yes, I just wanted to say, and thank you, Paul,
Yes.
because you are one of the younger seniors, but you are a senior, and you put a lot of time and effort into this whole pandemic, and it's been going on for quite a long time. So thank you
Yeah.
for all you gave
Honestly,
to it as well.
I don't want to, but Paul has been a backbone of support, a pillar of support
Absolutely.
for all of us. And he has been the voice for the seniors and getting emergency equipment and medical stuff. We wouldn't have had it otherwise.
Right.
Or
Yes,
if we did,
Wally?
we'd have been waiting for a very long
Yes.
time.
I'm glad that this whole topic was brought up. My question is, do we take any steps to further inform the community, like make a report to the select board, or even on a public forum? You know, I assume there is a public forum period in the select board.
There is.
So, I think we ought to take this information and present it to them, because that's a larger audience. This is all within ourselves all the time, and whatever seniors are watching. And I think that we need to, make the community aware of what is really going on and what it entails. And it's not just 8 to 3 or, and that's the end of it, and
Right.
you're on your own. That's just a suggestion.
You are right, because I think sometimes, maybe with kind of younger people, I think maybe they might think that senior centers, not just the Sutton Senior Center, but they might think senior centers in general are kind of like fun things, which they are, but also they're important things. They do much more in the vein of helping and supporting in many ways, and including fun things, but certainly not just fun things. So that's important. And I think more and more people are realizing that. And I think this pandemic helped people to realize just how important all senior centers are. So, having said that, would anybody else like to include anything or ask anything?
Food pantry?
Oh,
Yes.
good. Food pantry is going to be very busy here soon because of Thanksgiving. So we have a lot of good organizations that are running drives for us. And we've also been contacted by a lot of local groups who want to donate turkey now, because apparently there's a turkey shortage. So we have several businesses and organizations that'll be donating. I suspect use has gone down a little bit, not a tremendous amount, but when it comes to senior citizens, that number has gone up a little bit, and that's very sad to me. So again, it's seniors trying to stay independent in their house, finding ways that they can cut costs, and some of them are food. So some of that is food. And it breaks our heart to pick out food for the seniors when, they call and have to use the pantry, because they are extremely, extremely humble, so.
That's because
I
the cost of
noticed-
food has gone up, doubled and tripled.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, it's too much for some of our,
I
older
noticed Market 32 has 2 bins for Sutton Senior Center.
wonderful.
Who picks that up? and delivers?
Usually they call us when it's ready to go, and we'll send one of the high school kids over to grab it. So, yep.
Good.
Yep.
It's very humbling, I think, for seniors especially, to have to ask for help, especially with food or that type of thing, because our working days are over, more or less, and it's hard. And most older people, they work, they did their job. Well, except you maybe, but anyway, it is. It's
Go there
very
quite a
humbling.
lot.
And you give them. You do it in a kind way.
Right.
When I say you, your staff, or
Yes.
whoever is involved,
Yes.
it's done with a kind way, which is always good.
We will, and Clark has had seniors call, confidentially, and ask for something from the pantry, and we will fill it up, and he will take it to their house, and nobody has to know that particular senior needs anything, because they don't want anybody to know. So,
No, which
and
is
we
a good
respect that.
thing. Very respectful.
Yep.
And you will see, other than, well, I have gray hair. There's some other non-gray hair people that go in there, younger age, that are looking for help, and no one's turned away.
That's right. That's
You
right.
need to, you need to take some credit for what you do down there.
Yeah.
You're there
Lot.
A
a
lot.
lot.
Well, it's both an enjoyment to me, and it's something I like to do. Having said that, we'll adjourn the meeting. Okay.
Second?